Looks like we're up and running. Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to another Resident Evil Village playthrough. At this point, I'm starting to lose track. I believe we're on part 6 of the playthrough. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. I took a couple weeks off from doing this, a couple Saturdays off because of the holidays and whatnot. But now, I managed to get back up and running this morning. I'm back again doing this, so let's kind of get after it. Where we left off last time? Well, we're looking for a house with a red chimney, and I believe we found it. I don't believe we got much further out than that, but looks like we'll make a little bit of progress. I'll probably be on this for another half-hour playthrough. I'll probably keep this a little bit shorter, but what's been going on since then? Well, for those of you who live in America, we celebrated Thanksgiving. That was a fun time as always. I ate way too much food. I made a dish called calico beans. It's my favorite. It's my signature dish, and it's the only dish that I make aside from the honorable beans on toast, which I discovered just about a week ago. Oh my god, if you guys haven't had baked beans on toast, you're missing out. It's phenomenal. What else has been kind of going on in the movie space? Because that's what I mainly talk about on my channel and really all of my outlets. I've seen Violent Night, and if you love it, that's all that matters. Me personally, I just wasn't a huge fan of it. Not that I wasn't. I'll say this, in a thumbs up or a thumbs down world where it's binary, either you like it or you didn't, I liked the movie. I just didn't like it nearly as much as a lot of other people did, for several reasons that I really don't feel like talking about right now. So I'll just kind of leave that open. Other than that, what else have I seen recently? I went ahead and I saw, oh god, what was it? I can't even remember at this point. I've seen so many movies that it's hard to keep track. Oh, actually, I didn't technically go and see anything else, but I watched a couple of things on streaming. I saw Emily the Criminal, which came out in August. I've been meaning to watch it for months now, and it was on sale on Vudu for like $4, so I'm like, I gotta watch it. That was a pretty satisfying thriller. If you love Aubrey Plaza, you're gonna love the movie. Simple. Additionally, I watched probably one of the best things I've seen this entire year in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. It was so good that I'm going to say, even if you don't like superheroes like me, I'm not a huge Marvel person, but if you really enjoy a good holiday special that will get you in the feels, it's a great choice. The music is excellent. The comedy is excellent. It is very much a get you in the holiday spirit kind of vibes. It's phenomenal. I filmed my review for it the other night, and I got to get that edited and posted. And I'm starting to fall behind a little bit on getting reviews up and whatnot. So there's that, because now I've got to finish editing the review for both Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and Emily the Criminal. And now that brings me into what else I watched in the last week or so. I watched Emancipation. That premiered on Apple TV Plus yesterday, December 9th. Will Smith stars in it. What I will say is I liked the movie. It's going to be one of those that you're not going to remember in T-1, 2 months or years or whatever it might be. But for what it was going for, I thought it served its purpose quite well. Will Smith, I'm not even kidding. If you told me he won back-to-back Oscars for what he's done in this movie, wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if he's still eligible to win an Oscar due to his suspension. I can't remember the logistics on that, but that's a whole nother story altogether. Other than that, though, there's really not much else great about the movie. It's a very much a formulaic Civil War movie that you have seen before, unfortunately. But Will Smith elevates it. If Will Smith wasn't in the movie, the reality is it wouldn't have been that great of a movie. In fact, I would have thought it was kind of boring. Most of the time you spend watching Ben Foster on a horse and Will Smith running away. It's pretty much it. It's really not a whole lot to it. It's a pretty easy story to follow, which I guess to its credit, that's great, but it doesn't actually make for the most entertaining time. The good news is the fact that the movie doesn't pull any punches. Like, it is very honest about what life was like for slaves in the times of Civil War, which I appreciated for that. I like it when movies are a little bit more of an authentic, have more of an authentic feeling to them. I just don't like, I don't like it when movies try to sugarcoat things, I guess, when it comes to the war genre, I suppose. So, there you have it. Would I recommend watching it? Sure. If you like war movies, absolutely. It is worth your time. If you don't like war movies, maybe pass on it. If you like Will Smith, go ahead, give it a watch. Let's see here. Didn't realize there's so many goodies in this little area, including a Vivianette. Vivianette. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've seen in the past week. There's still quite a few other things that I've got to go ahead and see. I know The Fabelmans is in theaters and it's starting to debut a little bit wider of a release than it has in weeks past, which is great. It came out like a month ago, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to see it because I've got to drive at least a half hour to go and see it, which for me, that's just kind of a tough sell. But now it's playing in theaters near me, so I'll probably end up seeing it this weekend at some point. I might take a friend to go see Top Gun Maverick in the theaters because it's still in theaters for a little while here, which is great. But I guess we'll see. Other than The Fabelmans, I'm kind of hard pressed to find movies that are in wide release that I can go and see at this point, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm kind of led to watch some of these amazing movies on streamings, which isn't ideal. I really want to see Tar before the year ends. I've heard amazing stuff about that movie, and did I get rid of this guy earlier? Maybe I did. I can't remember. But I've heard amazing things about Tar, and I really want to watch it before the year's over because I want to see as many movies as I can from 2022 before the year's up, and I've got some catching up to do. But yeah, other than that, not really a whole lot is playing. I know that they're at my local theater, there's an independent rated, I think it's not rated actually, it's quite violent, Christmas movie called, I believe, A Bloody Violent Christmas. Literally, that's the title of the movie. Man, it drives me nuts how OBS keeps cutting in and out of the, what do you call it, the picture of my current gameplay, which is always a shame. There we go. But yeah, other than that, not really a whole lot playing in theaters, so I'm kind of hard pressed for stuff to watch at this point, but that's just kind of the reality of it. I just live in an area that doesn't really play a whole lot of limited releases. I desperately want to watch The Inspection. That looks phenomenal. Not playing anywhere near me, which really, really sucks. But hey, we will survive and we will thrive. Where else can I go from here? Return to the Duke. Okay, that's what I was supposed to do. That's the problem when you leave games for a couple weeks at a time. You forget things. Okay, here we go. Exposition. Wow, all kinds of goodies then. Yeah, so for those of you who might not be privy to what's going on because this is the first time you're joining, which, hey, I love you for that, we've got to get rid of all of those lords in order. We've already gotten rid of Lady Dimitrescu, Lady Dimitrescu. I don't know how you pronounce it. They change it every single time I get to a cutscene. But then we got to go to the creepiest part of the game, which is with Beneviento. That is, if you're looking for a true horror experience, that walkthrough, whew, that's going to be fun. Then after that, we get very much humbled by Moreau's level, which is probably the least interesting, least entertaining of the entire story, not gonna lie. And then after that, we'll get to Heisenberg. But then we've got all of these different treasures that we get to go and look around for. So we'll get to those later. Anyway. The Duke's a very cheeky guy. Sweet, let's see what he can make. Alright, so he can make power-ups for us. Let's see, it'll go one by one. Sarme, De Pest. Movement speed increase. Tempting. Chorba de Pork. Damage taken when guarding greatly decreases permanently. Interesting. Tempting. Health greatly increases permanently. Those are the power-ups I always end up going for because unlimited health, well, makes the game a little bit easier. This isn't unlimited health. This is increased health. Want to make that disclaimer. But 3 flavored Métis. Health increases again. And then Bird and Beast Peel-Off. Damage taken when guarding decreases. I forget that Resident Evil has a guarding mechanic, so I'm not going to choose any of these that have to do with guarding. And then another one, Herbed Fish. Health slightly increases permanently. So which one of these? I can buy actually quite a few of these at this point because I've gotten a lot of fish. Juicy Game. I'll have to keep that one in mind. I'll come back to these later because, let's see, fish and poultry. Well, I could probably do the herbed fish at this point. I'll come back to these and wait till I get more. In terms of supplies, a recipe for pipe bombs. It's also tempting. Recipe for sniper rifle. I barely use the sniper rifle in this game, let's be honest. Shotgun ammo. You know, I'm just going to start buying some of these. Mines, barely make mines. Pipe bombs, though, and shotgun shells I use a lot of, so why not? There we go. I will, Sir Duke. Okay. Let's go to the scariest part of the game, which is with Beneviento. Can I open this yet? Ah, wrong door. Ah, that's the door. The 4-winged key. Alright, y'all. Let's have some fun. Sweet. Okay. Alright, Uncharted Waters. Huh. Looks like there is a way to find treasure. Riverbank Treasure House. Did I miss that earlier? I must have missed it when I was with Lady Dimitrescu. I wonder if I can get back over there somehow. I guess we'll see by the time the game ends, but let's just keep playing. Oh, and I wish OBS would stop cutting out so you guys could actually see what the heck I'm doing. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Let me just give it a second. I know my network quality isn't always the greatest when it comes to these things, so I greatly appreciate you guys for bearing with me. I hope the banter and conversation's enough to keep you satiated. Let's see. Come on. I guess I could sing you a song while we wait, but not much of a singer. I've tried. I failed. There we go. We're back up. Okay, let's keep her moving. Oh, yeah. Creepy dolls. Who doesn't love dolls in any horror setting? I mean, my word. It's kind of fun. I must be on a horror game, violent game kick, I guess, lately. I've been watching playthroughs of Outlast 2 as well, which I do have that game downloaded. I started a while back, never really finished it. But then now Resident Evil Village, and then I've got Resident Evil 7 downloaded. Oddly enough, I've been playing a game that was recommended to me on Game Pass called 2 Point Campus. That game's addicting, man. It's so much fun. A doll in a stroller that is completely severed. Is there another way I can... Huh. Oh, this is just another shortcut for later. Okay, I see what's going on. But yeah, for those of you who like the Sims games, if you want something fun to play, 2 Point Campus is actually not bad. Basically, you design college campuses and you make sure students thrive. It's a simulation game. A lot more fun than I realized. It is starting to wear off a little bit for me. After a while, it's like, okay, I've built this campus. How much more great can I make it? Like, you only got so much room to move around in, so I guess we'll kind of see how that goes. But 2 Point Campus, oh boy. Before I do this, Heidi, what's happening, my friend? I see you have entered the chat. How is your stroll going this morning? I don't know if that in our Discord chat you went this morning or if you went yesterday, but how is it going, my friend? I'm super happy to talk to you. All right, let's see what happens here. Beats me, Ethan. See, he's hallucinating. It's that's the horror game trope that we're here for. And that's how that vibe will pretty much go for the next couple hours, because like I said, it's probably the creepiest that's what we're here for. Oh, but it is Ethan Winters. And Heidi, looks like you're still on the walk. Excellent, my friend. Went a little further out than usual. Nice. It's kind of fun exploring, isn't it? Like, the further out you get, the more unpredictable things get, and that's where the fun is had. Then again, the only part that does suck once you do get all the way out, as it were, going back is always, I find, the trade-off, I guess, for lack of a better term. But then, once you're on the, what do you call it? The downhill, as it were, it gets a lot more enjoyable. Beneviento, 1987 to 1996. Those years are a little bit too close to the chest. Freed from the binds of flesh, he now walks the valley of death. That's an awful gravestone. Yes, Ethan, you are losing it. Oh boy, can I even get in here at this point? Give up your memories. Oh, family photo. Clever. Well, that's a sick game. As we take a look at his eaten hand. Oh, I didn't even realize I could enter in for a second. And then Heidi, in another Discord, have a joke about tractors and buses. Very interesting. We post photos of them. Nice. Saw a tractor and had to go get a close-up. Hey, I respect the hustle, my friend. You gotta do what you gotta do. I totally get it. Was it totally worth the close-up? Let me ask you that. I hope it was. I hope it was glorious. All right, up the creepy elevator we go. Man, I think the only better way I could play this game is if it was nighttime. I had headphones on. I've heard at many points with these Resident Evil games, especially Resident Evil 2 the remake, that when you play it with headphones on, you get a lot more of the distinct sound engineering behind the game, which I'll have to try that sometime to see how that goes. Maybe I'll play Resident Evil Village like that. I haven't been streaming Resident Evil Village live just because I just feel like playing games for the sake of playing it leisurely. It's been a while since I played it, but I'll have to try it. And typically, and I like this point, I follow these guys called Triple Jump on YouTube. They're phenomenal. I really like the stuff they do. But they mentioned on one of their streaming videos that they only like to stream games that they've previously played before, because then that way they can engage more with their chat. And now that I've streamed just this game for a little while, I totally see what they mean, because I would hate to experience this game for the first time while doing a live. It would just be, I feel like I wouldn't be able to take it all in, as it were. Let's see. And then an update on the bus. Heidi, yup, like yesterday when I was 2 miles in without realizing the walk back feels like a journey versus the walk out is fun. Heidi, I'm 1000% with you on that. It's like the adventure, that initial adventure, oh, it's phenomenal. And then you realize how far out you've gone and you're like, oh my God, now I've got to go back. I totally get that. And I had a friend, or I should say a work colleague, who told me a story about how he once biked 30 miles between counties. And he had so much fun adventuring, but then he realized that he had to bike 3 hours back. Which, if that's not heartbreaking, I don't know what is. But yeah, he biked 30 miles, which I guess on bike it's not as bad, but because you can always, I suppose, pedal faster. When you walk out that far, it's like, man, if you want to run that far, it's hard. And plus the sun's fully out right now. Yeah, that always helps too. Like when you can kind of see what's going on. Me, sometimes when I do those things at night, it can be a little jarring, as it were. All right, we're in the house. Let's see what we got going on. I love this knife that they give you for finishing the game and being able to unlock it. It's so much fun. Wow, this thing is fierce looking. Can I even get in this room? Is there anything worth getting in this room? Evidently not. Let's see here. Okay. Some of this is starting to come back to me from the first time I played through this game. Some of it's still a bit of a mystery, which I guess is good. No supplies. Ooh. Ooh, that's creepy. From far away, it's even worse. It's like the Annabelle doll. Which, for those of you who love horror movies, the Annabelle movies, the second one's the best. Annabelle Creation, by far, best of the three. And I'll just leave it at that. The rest of them, meh. And I think I see Heidi put another note in. Oh, regarding my earlier point about streaming games when you're playing them for the first time versus repeating them. That makes a lot of sense. As a viewer, I think of a streamer had a mix of games they've played to be able to chat and some new stuff, because catching an initial reaction is fun too. Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Yeah, because, I mean, people love videos that are reactive of people doing things for the first time, which I totally get the spectacle behind that 100%. So it's like, yeah, if a streamer like maybe was like, oh, I really want to play this game on my own for the first time, and then there's some that they probably aren't quite as passionate about that they're willing to stream on their first playthrough, which I, for all whatever they prefer, totally all good with me. Let's see. All right, let's go down the elevator. It's so funny playing, I noticed that on my second playthrough of Resident Evil games, it goes by so much faster than my first time, because I think in the first time you play through any of these games, you're discovering how to get through it, like solving all the puzzles. And when you've already got kind of a head start in that space, it makes the game a lot faster. Like, I'm shocked we're at this stage already after only a couple of hours. Then again, I move a lot slower than most people through games, so take that for what it is worth. Let's see. Long, deep, spooky hallways. Ah, more dolls. All right. Oh my. Ah, yeah, all our stuff just got Just got, I suppose. Okay, well, looks like we've got a puzzle to solve here. Nope, we don't save. There's no saving progress. What? Uh. Oh. Okay, yeah. We've got to grab all these different random objects from random places, which I guess fine. Need something to cut the bandages. Fair enough. Oh. Oh, that's not okay. I don't like it. I don't like it. And pull. A silver key. Okay, we're getting more pieces to the puzzle. Let's wind a little bit more. There we go. Oh, Heidi, also, speaking of our conversation about the Rams earlier, have you always been a Rams fan, or did you start becoming a fan of them when they moved to Los Angeles? I know they've moved within the last about, I think they've been in LA for like 4 years now. It's been a little while at this point, which is crazy to think about. I remember it wasn't too long ago when they moved from St. Louis, but yeah, they beat the Raiders, I think, the other night, which is cool. It's kind of funny, too, because the connection between Green Bay and the Raiders and the Rams is Devontae Adams is being traded, or I'm sorry, signing with the Raiders, which I don't know how well it's going for him right now. I guess I haven't really kept up too much, but and I guess that's kind of my viewpoint on the NFL this year as a whole. The Packers haven't been very good this year, so I haven't really paid attention. But I did go to a Packer game a couple weeks ago. That was, let's see, how am I doing on time? All right, I got about 5 minutes left. Okay. I think I'm gonna, after this, I'll probably eat beans on toast and then go for a run. I'm not exactly thrilled about going and running, but why not? It's dark out still at, geez, it's close to 10 in the morning. It's still dark out, which is a little strange. It's been really cloudy here in Wisco for a little while now, last few days, which is fine. I kind of like cloudy, overcast weather. Part of me thinks that I belong in, like, I'd be a big, is there anything that I can use in here? Or did I just literally get a key to a room that literally has no consequence? Oh, wait. Why did I turn, huh? Why did, okay. Okay, the water, I think that's a hint. The water works here. I'll probably have to fill something up with water at this point. What can I fill up with water? Oh, I am struggling. Oh, their eye. Oh yeah, speaking of oh, I see the eagle eye. Eagle eye, wow, that is very much on the nose. Um Speaking of like streaming games and things, like for games that I am playing for the first time, like I actually did think about streaming the game. However, having no commentary over it and just playing it in the background, like just do a screen recording and then posting it on YouTube in the form of a live, that actually might make for some interesting content because I know a lot of people when they watch, some people like aren't able to buy games, some people aren't able to have access to games for console reasons, so they just want to watch like the cutscenes and the story and the gameplay just to see what it's like, which what I totally get it. Like I remember being younger and being in a very feeling very similar way, but so I'm considering that as well. Okay, I'm guessing that the eagle and the eye are the two things that I'll need. What else am I missing at this point? Oh wait, it is telling me the exact The 3 eyes is the... Okay. Coming together a little bit more. So there's the eagle. There's the 3 eye symbol. And then there's whatever I've got to put in there. What I've got to put into there is yet to be seen. Oh, and then they give me a combo at the end. How lovely. Alright, I'm going to keep looking around for clues. Anything up high that I haven't been able to grab yet? Doesn't look like it. Let me take a second look in the room here. Maybe I need to wash something off with that water. Let's see if a sharp object. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a ring. Wedding ring. Let's take a look and see if I can examine it. Oh, 052911. Okay. Well, there's our combo. Must have been their anniversary. Wow, that would be something. May 5th of 2011. All right. Feels very close to the chest. There we go. All right, all right, all right. And we got an autosave there. How about it? Ominously opening door. Oh, the winding key. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Probably have to make a pattern of some kind. This is going to take a little bit of maneuvering. Yeah, I've got to reorder it proper. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. Sneezing never hurts so badly. What am I missing? Now let's try this. Alright, well, I guess I'll just kind of keep playing with it until it goes. Yeah, well, at this point, I've got to get going and I got to head out. So, for those of you who have been joining me, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back next Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time to go through this a little bit more once again. So, friends, I hope you have a fantastic week. This has been the Resident Evil Playthrough Village Part 6. Keep a lookout for any other great videos I got coming